We want to help the banks. We want to help them to identify the unbanked and help the unbanked to become bankable. We want to give them the information that will transform them from being informal to becoming a formal. Let me tell you this, without wasting our time. There is no economy in the world that can grow without the SMEs. So, the large volume of the businesses that we are having today that we can harvest from are the nano, micro, and small businesses. As a matter of fact, there are some that are not even in existence. They are not in existence because they don't even know how to transform themselves into becoming a nano entity when it comes to business or a micro entity. So the SMEs anywhere in the world is the backbone of every strong economy. And that is why in Nigeria, we must be able to make the SMEs to be very, very strong. And how do we raise the SMEs? It is by we going to the interland. It is by we going to those who are today, they are financially excluded. They are the unbanked people. They are the people who does not have experience on how to do business or how to start business or how to grow business. They don't even have experience of how to manage money because they have been living a subsistent life for many years. And if you want to change the trajectory of the economy, then you must be able to go to these people. So I have taken my time to understand that that is where we need to focus on at this particular point in time in our economy. And that is why those set of people become very, very germane to the growth of our economy in the nearest future. So if we are able to transform the life of about 1 million or 2 million people, we drag them into entrepreneurship. We drag them into knowing how to build business and how to grow business. A lot of people, even when they get to a point, they don't even know how to scale. And we're able to do this for them. Eventually, what are we doing? We are helping our nation. We are helping to build our nation. We have around us people that cannot even access $1 per day. And that is one of the reasons why the world is saying that we are a poor nation. So for us to get out of that space, we must go to those people and solve their problem. When we are solving their problem, we are also solving the problem of the nation. And that has been the reason why the nano, the micro, the small are the focus for this initiative. What makes what I bring to our nation different from what other people have probably been doing is this. Have you ever seen this so-called financial institution going to the nanos, going to the micros, and begin to tutor them? They don't have the time. And for the fact that they don't have the time to tutor them, to identify them, to go to them and tell them what they need to know for them to transform or to translate from their low help into another space that is higher, then it also means that we've been able to leave a wide gap unattended to. And that is what we want to do. So we want to help the economy. We even want to help the banks. We want to help the banks. We want to help them to identify the unbanked and help the unbanked to become bankable. We want to give them the information that will transform them from being informal to becoming a formal. And then this can actually help our nation building in terms of economy. So that is what those institutions are not doing that we want to do, because they don't have probably the time. Maybe they don't have the workforce, or maybe they don't want to engage in that, or they don't have such vision. And the truth is this: they cannot do everything. Some people will identify something and say, yes, I want to make a mark here. So what we want to do is we are seeing a bigger picture of a whole nation being transformed. And then that is why we are looking at these people whose life has not been touched, and they want to go there and do that for them, so that at the end of the day, we are helping ourselves all together. Well, over the years, I've been able to tutor a lot of people. I've been able to talk to people, even starting from my own family to my local community, to my church community. Even today, I can boast of few guys who are my prodigies, who are doing well within the economy of Nigeria and then outside the economy of Nigeria. And the things that keep people poor is the habit of the poor. So there are some kind of lifestyle that poor people live, and they are living that consistently because they don't know of other kind of character or habits or lifestyle they could pick. So by the time you go to them and tell them that, show them this is what you've been doing for so number of time, this has not been able to help you move from this particular point to this other point. Why don't you look at this picture and try to leave this one and then emulate or copy this new information that is coming your way, and just try it for a short period of time. You are going to see transformation. So the moment they taste that transformation, then their life will begin to change. So what has kept poor people to be poor is the habit of the poor. So poor people have their own habits, they have their style, they have their lifestyle. Rich people have the habit of rich people. So you cannot see a rich man behaving like a poor man, and you cannot see a poor man behaving like a rich man. If you see a poor man that is behaving like a rich man, that poor man is so poor that is going to remain a poor person for so long. That is why, for example, you see a young entrepreneur that has just made maybe 10 million naira, and he now use 8 million out of the 10 million to go and buy a car, and they use another 1 million to buy so that he can appear to be rich. He's a poor man. Riches is not by your appearance, it is by your asset, it is by what you've been able to build over a period of time. So there is no magic of instant wealth creation. It is a journey and it's being built. It's just like somebody building a house from foundation to the other stages, and that is what it is. Fantastic question you have asked me. Truthfully, anybody that wants to build wealth, you have time to do that. So time is an advantage for anybody who wants to create wealth or you want to build wealth, right? Somebody that starts saving now and starts investing now at the age of 50, probably that person have another 20 years or 30 years to live, compared to somebody who started maybe at the age of 20 or 25, that person have maybe 45 years or 50 years to live and then to build that wealth and then to enjoy it. So time is of essence. So a young man at 20 who learn, who becomes knowledgeable, who is able to define who he is, who is able to look at the talent or the skills that he has acquired, and is been able to get a coach or a tutor or a mentor or a guidance to tell him what or how to appropriate all those qualities that he has at his disposal, will be able to start doing the things that will make him to move from the point where he is to becoming rich in very short time. Basic principle of wealth creation starts from income generation and then being able to live below your means. So if, for example, a young man that just finished from university at 20 or 25 is able to get a job, even if that job is 30,000, for example, and ordinarily 30,000 cannot take somebody somewhere in this day and age of Nigeria and the inflation and all of that, but he's determined. He wants to live below his means, and at the end of the month he's still able to save 5,000 naira out of 30,000. So he spends 25,000 on his feeding and other things, and then he's able to keep 5,000. That young boy who is disciplined enough, who is knowledgeable enough, who is being guided, who knows that the act of building wealth starts from living below your means, disciplined enough to save, then go and check that young man out. In the next 20 years, he will be a billionaire or a multi-millionaire. He must have entered into a season of financial freedom. So catch them young is very, very vital. And that is why one of the things I think the government of Nigeria is trying to do now is to take entrepreneurship into secondary school, or probably to take entrepreneurship into our university, become a core course for everybody to learn. It means that as you are moving out of the university, you already have something in your mind that is telling you that you can actually create this, or even if you are not creating, because it's not everybody that will become business owner or becoming an entrepreneur. You want to be a career person, but you know that even as a career person, at your retirement or before your retirement, you have actually been able to create wealth. You have invested, you have assets. You are not wasting your resources, but you are building assets that can keep you into the future. So somebody retiring at 60 still have about 20 years or 25 years to live. You don't need to depend on your children or people within the community to help you. You have been able to save, you have been able to invest, maybe in stock, in properties, real estate, and all of that. And then you can live your life to the fullest even as you grow old. So these are some of the things that young people, when they are exposed to, will help them to gravitate to that part of financial freedom and wealth creation. So much for this question. One of the things that has helped me in life is the fact that I was able to discover myself very early. And when you look around, you will discover sincerely that a lot of people have not been able to discover themselves. Now, when you discover yourself, there is naturally a believability that settles inside of you. And it is that believability that you take along with you to becoming whosoever you want to become. So in a situation whereby there is nothing like that, you don't believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, you will see every point in time you'll be seeing limitation. And one of the things that brings limitation to you is because of the fact that you are not exposed to what will make you to believe. It has affected your thinking. It has affected the way you see yourself. So the moment the mindset, the thinking of a person change, a lot of things change. Even in a nation where they enter into war, it is because there is a shift in the mindset. See, let me tell you, a lot of us, we came into Lagos so poor. But we came into Lagos and we said, no, we are going to take our portion of Lagos. Even if there are limitations, there are challenges along with that, you cannot be a winner without challenges. So you must be able to face it. So the point with which you change that is when you believe that it is possible. And what we are bringing to the people now is that, come, you are not limited. It is what you say you are that you are. But we are telling you, even if you have not been able to get somebody to tell you over the years, we are telling you that you are not limited. And that is why we have that as our mantra, that we are moving beyond every form of limitation. So for everyone following us, with whatever thing we'll be bringing to the people, we are telling them there is no more limit. So you can achieve what you want to achieve. This is not about motivation. It is about reality. It's about yourself, discovering yourself and believing that you can do it. So a lot of people also don't have vision. They don't know what they want to do. There is no vision. The moment you are able to catch vision, then you know that you need to work towards achieving your vision. And let me tell you this, not that those people who does not have vision does not want to have vision, but there is nobody to tell them that they can. A roadside shoemaker can actually have a vision to becoming a big cobbler and a shoe designer. But when somebody did not put that in his mind, how will he conceive that? If nobody puts it in his mind and he's not reading, he's not exposed to community, to environment, to leaders, to people to show him, he will not know. Instead of him growing up to create businesses, and that is where the challenge is. So what we want to do is to make people move away from that particular point into where they will be so relevant even to the economy of our nation.